Hi guys! Today I want to answer some of your questions that I got on Instagram, and I asked people to ask me any questions on having an African husband / Kenyan husband.
Huyu anaitwa Yuri, huyu anaitwa Dasomi. Anaitwa Yuri.
Hi Dasomi.
Where are you from? South Korea.
Hi Yuri.
Yeah.
Yuri, nice to meet you guys. Karibu.
Asante.
Rejoice and be happy as we eat and as we talk and as we mingle together. You be with us, guide us, protect us. Most so we pray for the country Kenya, Lord. I pray that, Lord, you will be in control and that peace will prevail in that country. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So let's sing national anthem together. Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, raha tupate na ustawi. Thank you very much.
I still remember it.
Now it's time for you to go.
They drill it on us every day, man.
Okay, kiddos. Let kids first and then grown-ups to follow.
Honey, I thought it starts at 6, but how come it starts at 7:30?
Yeah, it started at 6, baby. I mean, there were people here at 6. It's just...
Is it a Kenyan thing?
Oh, ask him. I'm being asked a question here and I can't answer. She's wondering, it said it starts at 6, but it just started at 7:30. So I'm like, you can ask him.
African time.
Yes, I should.
Nice. Basta? Basta? Happy Yuri. Say hi to my channel.
Hello! Hi! I've been watching your parents.
We are known as Kenya, but there was no Kenya before the Europeans arrived on the scene. We were independent tribal nations. We had the Luo nation, we had the Kikuyu nation, we had the Luya nation. We were all independent on our own. We did fight our neighbors once in a while over small issues, sometimes because somebody rustled your animals or someone stole your daughter. We would make treaties to create peace, but we didn't fight long wars the way Europeans were fighting each other. So when the Europeans came to Africa and in Kenya in particular, in order to be colonized, they saw us as one group. They saw us as black people. They saw us Africans. So in 1920, Kenya became a British colony. It meant that the Africans, in most cases, were removed from their lands and pushed to areas that were not very fertile. They needed large tracts of land to give it to the British farmers who would then farm for profit. The people began to realize that they were victims of a system, and they began to plan how to resist the system.
How do you find the African culture? Is it good or bad? every culture has their good side and bad side. I even find my own culture good sometimes and bad sometimes. So I think African definitely sometimes good and bad. They're family oriented and togetherness type of thing. You're my family. Even if you're not related, people still call you like, hey brother, you're my daughter. I've experienced that a lot. We had a Kenyan party last weekend. There's some older ladies. They call me, you're my daughter-in-law. Because I'm from different country, I'm married to a Kenyan guy, so they call me daughter-in-law. How, they just include me as a family, just like that, and they see the whole Kenyan country, a whole family. I think it's a great culture. They're like very inclusive and very loving to each other, and they know how to party. They dance, they sing, they know how to enjoy themselves. But there's some bad culture, I would say, like being late to everything. Everything's very slow. I've been to Kenya before. Yeah, been there. When I'm asking them to do something, any government process, like it was very slow. But also some government workers wanted us to bribe them. They're doing things very slow and hoping that they're gonna get some money from us. Once we bribe them, then they make things fast. But yeah, no bribe, please. We don't want that. Are your kids learning Swahili? No. You guys know that James was speaking Swahili at some point, and then he switched to English because Yuri and Dasomi, well, especially Yuri, was having hard time at school. She couldn't understand English, so that made her cry a lot. She misunderstood some of the things that teacher said, so James decided to just speak English and not speak Swahili. But now they're getting older, and I hope that James will start speaking Swahili so that Yuri and Dasomi can learn Swahili at least a little bit. If James, you're watching this video right now it's time for you to speak Swahili because Yuri and Dasomi can speak English now really good. When are you visiting Kenya with your family? We really want to visit Kenya. We just haven't been able to do it because my dad was quite sick for the last 2 years. That's why I had to go to Korea. As a family, we had to go to Korea. The budget is limited. We can't just go to Korea and Kenya. You know how expensive air flight tickets are? Well, not just because the money issue, but there's several other reasons. There was one time we wanted to go to Kenya, but James' mom wanted to come visit us instead. So she came. Hopefully we'll be able to go to Kenya next year. Yeah. What are the strangest things you find most similar and most different about Kenyan culture and Korean culture? I think that Korean and Kenyan culture are very similar. Very much family oriented and patriarchal culture. Guys go outside and work while women stay at home. Though Korea has been changed a lot, like it's changing. But I think Kenya's a lot more patriarchal than Korea. And dowry, is it how you say? Dowry? For your bride, you have to give money, your parents-in-law. That thing, we have the same culture. In Korea, usually guys bring a house when they marry, and then women bring furniture, something to fill the house. I think in Kenya, guys do everything. Guys have to have a house, just pretty much everything, I think. I'm not really sure, but I think that's what James told me. But when we married, James didn't pay my parents. We're building things together. So yeah, James being lucky. He didn't need to pay anything to our parents. Cultural historical similarities. Yeah, Kenya was colonized by the UK and Korea was colonized by Japan. So we all have colonization history. So we understand each other. I love it how, James and I, when we're talking about history or like how we come from, we get it. We get each other. We don't like colonizers. How to react to the racist comments in real life. I feel sad, but I also try to educate them, and that is very ignorant and that is not okay. But I don't think I ever flip on anybody because there's no really someone who says something really racist to my face. Do you get judged on having an African husband? I don't think I get judged on having an African husband. I think I get judged on having a black husband. I'm totally not filming this another day. I love it. I love it so much. I think when I was answering the question, my answer was not really PG. So I want to rephrase my answer. Some people think that I dated James just because of the physical attraction, his appearance, how he looks, his body. But that was not true. I dated him because of his personality, because of his character, because our emotional connection and everything, not just because our physical attraction to each other. I mean, physical attraction is very important, I believe, but I don't know, for some reason, whenever people see me with James and they say like, oh yeah, I know why you're with him. Once you go black, you can't go back. Like that, little bit like cynical type of look and reaction. They just judge me based on who I am with and his color. What clashes in culture do you experience? There's no really big cultural clashes. Korean culture is very similar to Kenyan culture. Man takes care of woman type of thing. So James thinks that it's unfair. Yeah, I mean, we do. We both work. James and I both work and we bring money to we do stuff together. There's no much really bad cultural clashes that we experience. Language-wise, so sometimes I wish I could understand his language, laugh and joke together, and I wish he knows the songs that I used to listen to when I was young. But what can you do? We came from different countries and cultures, so we can't, that part we can't really satisfy each other. We can build things now, and there's some songs that we can sing together now. I think both of us are not totally traditional. James is not really traditional and I'm not that traditional. So when we decided to marry, cultural difference was not big of an issue, but I always wanted to have some culture in our house and some tradition. And I told James that I want to celebrate some of the holidays that Korean people celebrate in this house and some of the holidays that he celebrated when he was young. And we can also always make our own tradition. Yeah, having my own culture, having a good cultural foundation is very important. But also, since we came from different background and different foundation, I think it's very important to build our own foundation, put my culture here and put his culture and mix it together and then make our own culture. Yeah, we're still working on it. Do you like ugali fufu? Yes, I love ugali. It's like Korean rice cake. Tteok. Yeah, I love it. Especially Yuri and Dasomi really like it. How did you guys choose where to live together? Why did you move to America? How did you do that? Do you have a job currently? How do you get incomes? James works, I work, and one of the incomes that I have is from YouTube. Why we chose? Because of James' education and his job. Can I speak Swahili? Very little. I only know Jambo, Habari gani, Nzuri sana, Nakupenda, Karibu. What else? Hakuna Matata. Can I cook any Kenyan dishes? Not really. James cooks Kenyan dishes and I cook Korean dishes. I think it's okay. Did he teach any Kenyan African songs to you? He listens a lot of African songs, so I know Joanna. Recently he pranked me. Well, not recently actually. Was it a year ago already? But yeah, he pranked me with that song. And Where's My Johnny? Yeah, that song. Bangkutuch. I was filming when James was singing along that song. I posted on Facebook and that went viral. The singer, the Kenyan musician that sang the song recognized us. Now we're actually friends. We're friends on Facebook and we're friends on Instagram. It's cool. Maybe, it would be nice if we go to Kenya, we can meet up with him. His name is Digmas Luo. Can James still speak in his mother tongue? Yes, he can speak Swahili, Luo, English. Do you use your husband's name, also children's? I think this person is talking about James' last name. Yeah, our kids use James' last name. That was the reason why we gave them Korean first names. James said since they have Kenyan last name, it's fair to give them Korean first names. Someone asked, what are the top 3 things that African or African American men should remember if they want to marry a Korean woman? I think it's just no particular thing to remember just because you're marrying a Korean woman. But I would say since we come from different cultural backgrounds. It would be nice for you to learn about our culture and learn about our language. Try Korean food, learn to like it. James loves Korean food, which really makes our life easier and marriage easy, I guess. And I do love Kenyan food. So whatever I make, he enjoys it. Whatever he makes, I enjoy it. It's awesome. And someone asked me if your Asian girlfriend's parents are against your relationship, what should you do? I always say, let your girlfriend figure out. If she thinks that you're the one, she'll fight for it. She'll fight for the love. I personally fought for love. I love James. He made me happy. So I fought for it. James didn't fight for it. I fought for it because my parents were the one that against our relationship, not James' parents. I mean, if you think about it, let's say James' parents are against it. Do I have to do something? No. James has to be the one that talk to his parents and tell them that he loves me and he wants to be with me. I really think that anyone whose parents have a problem with their relationship, the person whose parents have problem has to be the one that should fight for their love. And of course, you can do something. You can try to get to know them. I don't know, maybe send them gifts or something or whatever. But eventually, your girlfriend has to be the one that fight for your love. I think if you love somebody, it's worth fighting for it. Your life is your life. Your life is not your parents' life. If he makes you happy, you just have to let your parents know that he's the one. They can't just judge people based on skin color. And that is wrong, right? That is wrong, right? Yeah. This is it. I think I answered the most frequently asked questions. If I didn't answer your questions, I will answer them on my Instagram story. So check them out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye!